joined, ma'am. So now you can start.
Kamali.
Yes, ma'am.
You can start, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Don't wait for extraordinary opportunities. Seize common occasions and make them great. I must surely say that this period is a blessing in disguise. This COVID-19 pandemic has blessed us, that is, the students, with the privilege of listening to expert talks delivered by eminent guests from all over the world. The larger reach of live stream events to the audience beyond boundaries presents a brighter side rather than the whittling down of program events with physical attendance. So, a very happy afternoon to the honorable dignitaries, respected faculty members, and my dear fellow friends. I'm Kamali.
And I'm Lakshman Naidu.
Students of first year MBA, welcoming you all with immense pleasure to the one-day national webinar on Strategy for Managing Personal Finance, organized jointly by the Department of Management Studies, Pondicherry University, and Association of Mutual Funds in India. Today's webinar features two expert speakers, Sri Raghu Vilasagaram, Assistant General Manager, Securities and Exchange Board of India, and Sri Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant, Association of Mutual Funds in India. We are expecting a real feast of knowledge during this webinar.
TMS provides a platform for the students to bridge the gap between academics and industrial practices by interacting with entrepreneurs, leaders, and corporate people who are invited to speak on management ideas, themes, and share their views. Along with proper qualification, development of a holistic personality is imperative as well. Being an MBA, we have to sharpen our business skill, which shall enable us to achieve a sense of professional fulfillment and increase our confidence that can help us to capitalize on new career opportunities. Due to the current pandemic situation, this webinar has been confined to an online mode. Let us make maximum use of this platform and hope for a better tomorrow. So once again, we welcome you all to this webinar.
Now, I would like to invite a mentor and pillar of strength, Dr. B. Charumati, Professor and Head, Department of Management Studies, Pondicherry University, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Kamali and Lakshman Naidu. Respected Professor Chandrasekhar Rao, the Dean, School of Management, Pondicherry University, and respected Sri Suryakanchi, who is a Senior Consultant, AMFI, and former DGM, SEBI, and the speaker from SEBI, Dev Bhattacharjee. I think instead of that, Raghuji is joining. I'm right? If I'm right. Yeah, he's also AGM from SEBI, and Mr. Sabsar Ahmed, who has been coordinating very effectively, and Dr. Madan Mohan and Dr. Lavanya, our program coordinators of this particular event. A warm good afternoon to all. So our department has been constantly encouraged by our dean to conduct all these kinds of financial literacy programs, especially by the premier institutions. Like, you know, AMFI is not a regulatory association, but it is a self-regulatory association. So we also combine these self-regulatory organizations and also regulatory organizations like RBI, then professional bodies, because they are bringing out very good content for our student and update the knowledge of our student in terms of especially finance and accounting field. So we had last couple of months back, we had a CA Institute, which was organizing a program on IFRS. And we had ICMA, which was organizing another program on GST and other things. And ICSI, which was organizing a program on corporate governance. And now, today we are having AMFI on our board to conduct this strategies for managing personal finance. And you know, every day is a bank account and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We have got 24 hours each. So it is in the hands of the individuals to use that particular time like a currency so that your bank account is having positive balances. And money, like emotions, is something you must control to keep your life on the right track, Natasha Munson said. So smart personal finance involves developing strategies like we may do budgeting, creating some emergency fund, or planning paying of some debt what we borrowed, or using wisely the credit card, or even savings for retirement. So it requires proper financial planning, and it involves step-by-step approach, and especially to meet the goals in one's life. What are the goals? You may have different goals. If you take whatever the goal, if you take a closer look into those goals, we find one common factor which connects all of them, which is money, right? We require money, whether it is children education or marriage or wealth creation or saving tax, retirement planning. We need money. So we need to have adequate funds to fulfill our life goals and desires, and which requires financial planning. I'm very happy to welcome all the dignitaries from AMFI and our dean, especially Professor Chandrasekhar Rao, who has always been encouraging our department to conduct these programs. Whenever we go with any proposal, he says immediately yes, and he always participates in this program, in those programs. That is our real encouragement we are getting from our dean. With these few words, I welcome all the students, the coordinators, the faculty members, and the registrations have crossed 1,200 plus, sir. So this is a remarkable achievement. I also wanted to appreciate the efforts of the coordinators who have took this message to various colleges, affiliated colleges, beyond the state, union territory. Now so many are joining and getting the benefit of this program, which is the ultimate aim of this program. So I conclude my welcome address with one quote. Benjamin Franklin has rightly said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Clear? If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So you may have several different financial goals you wish to achieve, but to reach them at the right point of life, you need to have a financial plan in place at a very, very young age. So our students are fortunate enough to have this program at the right time, because they are now about to start their career. There are second year MBA students who got placed. Now they are going to earn some money, and they can plan, and now itself they should have the habit of saving and investing, all those stuff they should learn. So it is the right time, and first year MBA students are now watching, and they will be having a clear-cut financial plan with the help of this program. So with these few words, I once again welcome our Honorable Dean, Professor Rao, and the people from AMFI, Mr. Surya Ganchi and Mr. Raghuji and Sapsarji, and all our faculty members to this event. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, madam. That was really inspiring. Now we invite Professor K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Dean of School of Management, Pondicherry University, to deliver the inauguration address.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to see the efforts of this DMS inviting AMFI. Maybe it's like almost like an apex organization for mutual fund industry to the students to introduce about the basics of this mutual funds and the features of the issues relating to that, for the benefit of all our MBA students. More specifically, MBA finance students is a part of their learning, part of their coursework. So I take this opportunity to congratulate the department and the coordinators who have put up some effort to invite our AMFI executives, the consultant and the Raghu, the DGM to the activity. I think they are the right people to introduce about these concepts. And well, the teachers will be introducing this concept of mutual fund and the different types of schemes and all that in a regular finance class, or maybe those students who have taken the finance as elective. But what we teach is more of a textual and more of theoretical. Many a time, most of these features, what is explained in the classroom, maybe even outdated. So there is a need for us to listen to the industry experts who are right now in the business, and they have been day in day out. They are attending to different regulations, their different directions, and as well as the market trends. So I request all the students to take this particular webinar in such a sense that you are learning whatever is latest, whatever is contemporary, whatever is happening in the industry. On the other hand, I request all my colleagues, the faculty, we are in the business of teaching business to our students. Naturally, this is a big organization, or this is a big activity. Finance function is an important activity. It cut across all the functional areas, all it is a marketing or HR or systems, all the things will go without finance. So therefore, a little bit of knowledge about finance, understanding the finance, and more specifically, the issues relating to investment, issues relating to personal finance is a part of everybody's cup of coffee. So what I request is all the faculty leave your original specializations, try to participate and understand the basics of this financial literacy, which is of use to all of you, and which is likely to provide you the new avenues of making investment, of making a happy living subsequent to the retirement. And everyone, all of us, we are in the edge of a retirement. We all know the importance of mutual funds because we don't have many opportunities to invest our hard-earned, the gratuity or pension, these type of retirement benefits. Every one of us, we have started making good inquiries about the mutual funds, their performance. Many of us, I think many of our finance teachers, they're already directly or indirectly, maybe through SIPs or something, they will be investing into these mutual funds. For us, it's some amount of learning is there on that, but this is to be introduced to the students. For the organizers, I have one small request from the university. The new education policy, Government of India is requesting all the universities to introduce such courses which are more employable, skill-oriented. This AMFI being a self-regulated organization and an apex organization which regulates all the, which is indirectly has their own tentacles on the functioning of every mutual fund. I request all of you, I request this organization to think of providing some internships for our students, because what we teach in the classroom is more of theory. So every student, either it's a finance, MCOM business finance, or MBA finance, or MBA banking technology, or financial technology, or MBA international business, everybody has this some knowledge of some paper, some finance, more specifically Indian finance system, and more specifically security analysis, portfolio management. But all this is are done by them in a textual, taking some foreign textbook or Indian textbook, whatever teacher explains in the classroom, thoroughly theoretical. Government of India is now asking through NEP, they're asking all the organizations, all the education institutions to introduce any business concept or so as to make our students more skillful enough. But we know unless they get the on-the-job training, unless they get some internship of a month to 2 months or 3 months, they may not be able to learn even the basic terms that you use, the basic jargon that this industry uses. The textual jargon is completely different, whereas industry jargon is completely different. Of course, some enterprising students were encouraging them to take this AMFI exam, AMFI certification exam. They are also doing it. But what I request is from your organization, from your institute, if you can, in response to Government of India's call for skilled manpower, and in response to Government of India's new education policy, the national education policy, if you can create a type of atmosphere, an ecosystem for enabling our students to do, MBA students, MCOM students to do internship for at least 2 months in any of these mutual fund companies, then they will understand mutual funds are different. That is a different story. But this is a great learning. So maybe for if you can offer this, even we can shrink our semesters from 4 months to 3 months. We will wish to put the students for 1 month in internship in different mutual fund companies. Two students can be put into different mutual fund companies. Let them work, learn on the job. So that is a great opportunity if the students who are preparing, at least preparing for an AMFI exam, or those who are clearing the certificate exam, kindly provide us an opportunity, a platform for allowing them for a month to 2 months internship. Let them work as interns. You need not pay any stipend, but this is a great learning. Further, I do also request the teacher training. Teachers are, whoever is teaching finance papers, let me tell you, let me admit myself very clearly, we are all not business, we never in the business, or never, even few days we have not done the business, but we are made to teach business. So it is like without doing surgery, we are teaching our students how to do surgery. So this is the mismatch. This is exactly the reason why our students are not able to get good employment, because we ourselves are not in the business. We have not learned the techniques of business and the strategies that the business executives play in the real life. And we have been learning from the books, and whatever we learn, about 10% of it is transmitted to the students, and whatever is received is maybe about 10% of what we take to the classroom. But if you also give a chance to the teachers during summer vacation, or we have our own refresher courses, teachers periodically have to get trained. They have to undergo on the latest trends. These latest trends learning is an important component of our national education policy. Every teacher, once in 2 years, once in 3 years, they have to undergo and learn about the new tools and techniques, new knowledge. So that is the platform. That is where the place, the teachers are also interested in working with these mutual fund companies for a month or two. So they're for their own promotions, for their own learning knowledge, they can bring a lot of new learning to the classroom. So if AMFI can create such platforms for the benefit of students and for the benefit of management teachers or the finance teachers across the board, that will be a great learning. We will also encourage a lot of students to take up the AMFI exams, AMFI certificate exams. Thereby, the students they get a double benefit. One side from your organization certificate, another side a 1 month long internship on the real side of functioning of these mutual funds. This is the request I make on behalf of the School of Management as a dean, because please don't take it otherwise. We get rare opportunities to interact with people like you, and Government of India also looking at industry internship. Industry interface is very much needed in all our courses. We do want to invite you to our boards of studies, course designing teams. We want all of you. We are not looking for placement. Please train us in such a way we will be more fit to the environment. We will be more fit to the employment market. This is all our request. This is my request from the School of Management, Pondicherry University. Before I close it, I formally request my HODs of the different departments of the School of Management to invite all these industry executives to our campus. Special lectures, and definitely our campus is such a campus, such a vibrant campus, that they will be impressed upon our campus, and there will be much more things that we can expect from them in the form of MOUs, in the form of funded projects, in the form of consultancies, in the form of training for our teachers, in the form of internships for our students. So with this few words, I take this opportunity. I wish this particular webinar a great success. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, if you permit, I just want to intervene for a minute.
Welcome.
Just for Dr. Rao.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
And to all the faculty members. Sorry, I am intervening in between.
No, please. Very much we are looking at.
I'm honestly delighted to hear your views about the students and faculty members. I'm honestly honored that I am with you in this platform, of course, through digital platform only. I just want to mention 2-3 things about what you just mentioned. First is, One NISM, a National Institute of Security Market, is there, which has been established by SEBI, and SEBI has invested more than 400 crores of rupees for equipping and training of the young professionals to join security market. And NISM develops and do a faculty development program, FDP, which is teacher oriented program. It will be a 2-day program, and I can facilitate, because I was in SEBI, I know everybody there. So I can facilitate FDP for your faculty members at the first stage. This is first request.
Thank you very much. Very great.
Second request is, as far as mutual fund is concerned, Mr. Rao, you will appreciate that mutual fund is a vibrant industry now. It has got huge potential for young students to join. And to facilitate joining, or at least an interest of your students and faculty members in mutual fund, I can start with a physical program on mutual fund in your university at the mutual convenient date and time that we can decide. And that can be followed up by visit of senior mutual fund functionaries, CEOs. I will ensure, rest assured, CEOs of mutual fund companies, even my CEO, my chairman, they are more than happy to meet professionals. They are more than happy to meet academicians, because it is a two-way traffic. We learn from you. Of course, we share the practical aspects of the business and enterprise, but at the same time, you are the teacher, sir. You are the guiding factor of the country. You are the torch bearer for the country. So I am willing to work at both the fronts. One is an ISM front for FDP program, and second is a series of programs on practical aspects of mutual fund for your faculty members and students in down the line in future. That will be, I will be in touch with Dr. Charumati and Dr. Lamanya, and we will be in touch, and things will definitely work out, and we will be more than happy to associate with you. Formal MOU and other things will might take some time, but we may start something. At least FDP can be started. At least 1 or 2 big mutual fund programs, 1 or 2 day series we can start, where we can share the basic knowledge of mutual funds. Because Dr. Rao, you will appreciate me that for future, mutual fund is going to be one of the most important investment tool to get prosperity. Sorry, I intervened in between.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry. I am very happy that you have quickly responded, and we are very happy that your wavelength of understanding what we are really looking for, and definitely we are having these things we keep in mind, and we will be in touch with you, and we will have a physical interaction shortly, because the campuses are getting open shortly. Then already final years have started coming. Maybe first years we are going to open it for another 1 month or so. So therefore, we will have a great learning, and I think people like you, with all your experience, you will enrich our programs, our students, and you make our programs more employable. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your work.
Thank you, Shri. Actually, our dean is very keen in drafting that NEP related syllabus. So we are trying to get all the inputs from industry so that it will be industry relevant, the curriculum. And School of Management in Pondicherry University has always been the most preferred school in terms of placements and training. So in that respect, our School of Management look forward to MOU with AMFI as well. So I will be sending a formal proposal to AMFI so that we can have everything in a formal way, these kind of academic and industry exchanges, so that we can have regular FDP programs and training programs like this, so that it will become an academic planner content. So that every year we go for these programs, so that more young professionals will be benefited. Thank you, Professor Rao, and thank you, Surigan.
One more thing I just want to add, Rao sir, that down the line of when the things start working, we can start a financial literacy and investor awareness center at your university for Pondicherry as a whole.
Very good, very good.
Pondicherry as a whole. That can
Wonderful,
also work out, because
wonderful.
lot of things can work out, but something has to be started first. It can be, there should be some beginning.
Yes.
And that beginning we can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think NCFM has already started campus, it's examination center with our campus.
I'm aware.
So therefore, we will progress on this, sir, because the whole campus next to Bombay, Pondicherry campus is very vibrant with respect to finance research, and we teach more of finance in this campus compared to other functional areas. You are most welcome, sir. As a dean under the School of Management, I formally welcome you at the earliest to our campus, and you can spend some time and you can have our French hospitality. We will be very thankful to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those wonderful words of wisdom. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Now, with immense pleasure, let me introduce the first guest speaker of the day, Mr. Raghu Vilasagaram, Assistant General Manager, Securities and Exchange Board of India. Mr. Raghu Vilasagaram, Assistant General Manager, SEBI, is a chartered accountant with immense experience as investigations manager in the capital markets industry. Sir is highly proficient in capital markets, Microsoft Excel, accounting, financial reporting, financial analysis, tax planning, and internal control. Sir has served SEBI for 9 long years in the capacity of Assistant Manager and Manager, Investigations Department, Manager, Investment Management Department, and as of now, Assistant General Manager in Investment Management Department in SEBI. We are extremely delighted to have with us a person with such a long association with SEBI. We are eagerly looking forward to have a fruitful session from you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm happy to see the way Dr. Rao sir and Charumati ma'am explained, and in between Suryakant sir intervened. I'm happy that it's a lively interaction. And I would like to add to Suryakant sir, regarding young professionals. SEBI has recently introduced a program wherein young professionals who are just qualified, who are willing to work as an intern, they can work in SEBI also. That facility is there. That link and the details I have provided in the message chat. So those who are willing, they can just see it and then they can approach. That is there. And even SEBI also provides, other than this, SEBI also provides a kind of internship. So that also can be looked after. That has to be approached differently, but there's a formal way of coming that is there. I've already updated it in the chart, so that can be seen, sir. But it's a long course. I think 12 months duration it will be, and there will be a pay also, kind of a stipend. So that can be seen thoroughly. And coming to the current today's topic.
Thank you for the new information. I think so far our students have not availed it, this heavy internship. Definitely, we will depute some of the students to get into this type of internship. Thank you.
Even SEBI also provides a visit facility also. Those who are willing to visit SEBI and then understand things,
yes.
They can even, that can also be availed. Yeah. So coming to today's topic, it's like everybody's hard earned money, everybody wants to save and earn something on it. So basically, Suryakant sir is good at explaining all of this. I'll just give an overall broad picture about the things and then what SEBI is doing in this area. Basically, SEBI is a regulator and AMFI is an industry body, and we both are here to educate all of you, but we are not recommending or suggesting any product. It's not a marketing or selling activity. Basically, it's an awareness thing. So that everybody is aware and then they invest properly with an informed decision. So for that purpose, we are here to explain things, and we do not endorse anything. And in the entire gamut of securities market, starting with KYC, like anybody, if somebody wants to open a bank account, they go to a bank and open bank accounts with a KYC. Similarly, in securities market also, we do have a KYC requirement. Basically, people have to give the documents, submit signs, bank details, everything. Then they open the accounts, they invest, and then they can redeem or sell things, and then either loss or profit will be there. They can take the money to their bank accounts. Everything will be, most of the times it will be in bank. There are facility for cash investments also, but that is very remote. And especially in case of mutual funds, things are made very smooth. recently SEBI has introduced one platform called MF Central. It's a RTA interoperable platform. That platform provides a ease of investing as well as doing all the services like selling, buying, changing bank accounts, changing email ID, mobile number, everything will be smooth. There is a MF Central platform, so that can be used by the investors. And in mutual funds, SEBI has put the lot of conditions, lot of processes, so that all retail investors, basically mutual funds are for retail people. People can invest starting from 50 rupees to 100 rupees to like lakhs together or even crores. So to safeguard all their interests, SEBI has put in a lot of efforts and with a lot of safeguards. So like, for example, daily every scheme price, that is called NAV, on daily basis it will be disclosed. So people can buy a scheme with an informed thing like what is the price, what was the past performance, how it is moving, how it is going down or up. People can see the performance and then invest. Unlike there are some chit funds, Ponzi schemes, people do invest without knowing the things. Whereas in mutual funds, everything is clean, everything will be disclosed properly. Based on that, people can take an informed decision and invest. And coming to recently, SEBI has even introduced a investor charter. In that, SEBI has even clearly specified what are the rules, what are the timelines for the mutual funds to follow, and what an investor has to do, and what is his rights, what he should not do. All that are disclosed. So one should better see that and read it once for his overall securities market related experience. I'll just share it once so that one can see it and then understand. Just a minute. I'll just share it. I hope you can see. Just a minute. I'll come to the starting point. Basically, this is a charter. This explains what is the vision and mission of mutual funds, as well as what all activities, what all the businesses done by a mutual fund broadly. And it also provides the timeline, like if you want to buy, sell, what time you receive a statement, what time you receive money. The timelines are clear. What kind of expenses will be there, how the things are. So timelines are also clear from the SEBI side. So all are displayed here. And if anybody has any complaint about the transaction or the business activity with the mutual fund, one can easily go to a SEBI platform called Scores complaint platform, and they can lodge a complaint about the transaction or about the business activity of the mutual fund, and SEBI personally will see the complaint and process it. And it also has displayed what are the do's and don'ts. Basically, one has to read the documents clearly. He has to invest with a registered mutual fund, and KYC related, all do's and don'ts are clearly mentioned here. And especially I'll talk about do not. What one should not do is basically should not go by any speculation or rumors or informal advice. Basically, you should take an informed decision, read things, understand, then go for investment. It is as good as like if somebody wants to buy a house or buy a car, for example, he'll check everything. He'll search many things, various lands or various cars. He'll select one based on his choice or whatever is good. So similarly, in investment products also, one has to see, understand, and then invest. It's not just by somebody's advice or whatever the rumors are going on in the market. And people do give a false promise, but one should not go by it. Securities market returns are never guaranteed, never promised. It's all subject to market risk. So one should understand if they are willing to take risk, then they should invest. And it's better to use all the times bank channels to invest. Never ever use any other mode. Even never ever give any blank checks to anybody. Even this document, investor charter, also discloses what are the rights, what all he can ask for, what all the things in mutual fund has to do for the investor. So one can read it. I'll just update this link in the chart. Along with this, I'll also just tell you another thing. Recently, SEBI has introduced one mobile application called SEBI Sathi, wherein one can read the things and understand from the mobile application itself. It is easily available, convenient for the people who wants to read about things, how the markets are working, especially for example, mutual fund related, what are the FAQs like questions, answers type, it will be there. So one can easily read the documents there about the market to understand. I'll update this as well. And just now I was telling Dr. Rao about that young professional scheme. This is what SEBI has introduced recently in January 2022. This talks about those who are recently qualified and willing to work with SEBI. They can see this document and approach SEBI and make an application to SEBI. There is a formal way. Link is given in this application itself. So one can approach SEBI with this. So qualifications are there. With that, one can apply easily. Along with this, I'll just also show SEBI's course wherein one can lodge the complaint about his grievances. If anybody has any issue about the transaction in the mutual fund or any, for that matter, any securities market or related intermediary, one can log in here and lodge a complaint, and it will be resolved or seen by the SEBI officers individually. So, and the process will be smooth here. One need not approach through any email or any physical letter. It is complainant can easily track it, what is happening, what is the status. So it's a smooth and easy way of lodging a complaint if there is any issue. With this, I just want to say, like, please read documents before investing, understand things, and then invest. And especially these days, mutual funds are growing faster, and with the introduction of these systematic investment plans and the systematic withdrawal plans, so it's a easy and smooth way of investment. One need not they can plan their investments and then plan their withdrawals also. Like when we want money monthly, some 10,000. If we want also, we can redeem monthly. That facility is also there. So systematic ways of investments are there. So these are the ways one can easily avail and then use it. See, with this, more on this mutual funds, Suryakant sir will explain. So from my side, I'll conclude. So over to Suryakant sir or ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for those valuable words of wisdom. I'm sure that all students would have been largely benefited by your speech, sir. Moving on, with colossal pleasure, we invite our next speaker of the day, Mr. Suryakant Sharma, a senior consultant in Association of Mutual Funds in India, to share his valuable insight into the subject. Mr. Suryakant Sharma is a senior consultant in AMFI and former deputy general manager of SEBI. Sir is a commerce graduate and holds a master's degree in law with specialization in corporate laws. He's also a chartered associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Sir has over 35 years of rich experience in banking, finance, and security markets, and has served in leading financial institutions. He has the distinct accomplishment of having served the Department of Financial Services in the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and SEBI. Mr. Sharma joined SEBI in 2003 and served there for more than 15 years. His exemplary performance earned him the distinct position of Deputy General Manager in the Office of Investor Awareness and Education in the Northern Region of SEBI, and remained in that position for more than 5 years. Under his noble supervision, more than 15,000 investor awareness programs were conducted by SEBI across North India. Sir himself has been the guest speaker in more than 500 such programs. After superannuation from SEBI in 2019, Sir has assumed the office of Senior Consultant of North India in the Association of Mutual Funds in India and Apex Body of Mutual Fund Investments in India. Sir, we are eagerly awaiting to hear your words of acquaintance. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, my dear Mr. Naidu. Thank you very much for giving introduction. But before I start my session, I just request to participants, as Mr. Raghu has got some other meeting, official meeting in SEBI, he would be leaving just now. So if anybody has any question regarding to his session or any matter relating to SEBI regulation on mutual fund, they are welcome to ask the question. After answering those questions, Mr. Raghu will leave.
Sure. Yes, please.
Please, any question from any participant with regard to the session of Mr. Raghu or relating to mutual fund regulation by SEBI?
I have a question. During that time, I think I remember, if I correctly remember, it is 4 or 5 years back, sir. The liquidity crunch was there. So all the mutual fund companies were asked to avail the RBI's financial facility. But none of the mutual fund companies were eligible to get that facility because they have not followed the investment norms, that financial accommodation. So
basically, ma'am, here I would like to say mutual funds, in a way, there is an inbuilt liquidity. I'm not sure whether you are aware about the categorization circulars of SEBI. Each scheme has a dedicated liquidity portion, wherein we have mandated like minimum 20% in a debt schemes, especially.
yes,
Minimum 20%, especially I'm talking about liquid schemes. 20% liquid instrument should be there, so they may not even go for a borrowing outside for the liquid purpose.
One time there was a market downturn, right, sir? A lot of mutual fund schemes, including I was also one of the affected person.
2020 you are talking about.
Yeah, I invested in LIC or some LIC profit plan, something 10,000, 4 years I invested, but ultimately I could get only 36,000. Even my invested money I could not get. That time there was a very poor market timing. So that time actually mutual funds were very much finding it difficult to have the liquidity. That time RBI provided this facility, but none was eligible because they have not followed that investment norms given by SEBI. So
no, it's not about none following. It's basically about the need and the purpose. One scheme should not borrow easily.
It was a market news I read because I'm doing research in that area. So we were closely following that announcement in the news also. So that news I read that they were not following exactly, because compliance in India is always a big issue. So whether it is a timing release of the annual report or complying any requirement, investment norms, especially for mutual funds, AMCs, it is very, very important that investment norms to be followed. Right. So in that, even if they are not complying by 10% or even 1% or 5%, that should be looked into by the authorities very seriously. So I was about to ask
here regarding this inspection or surveillance part, I would like to update, like even I can say, because it's already in public domain in SEBI's annual report. Yes. So thing I would like to update, like we do thorough inspections year on year basis. That is one. And number two, we do receive complaints reports every quarterly. And third thing is we have started doing the real-time surveillance. So it means all the mutual funds update their data with us, all the investment data with us. We look after all the investment norms. on real-time basis, almost on real-time basis.
I think after that incident, I think they were very, you were not simply watchdog. SEBI has become a bloodhound and started
whatever you
catching.
want.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, I just want to add what Mr. Raghu has just mentioned with regard to the point you have just raised. The facts are, I just want to add additional points. Of course, RBI had issued a line of credit, rather offered a line of credit to the mutual funds at that juncture. But you might not be aware, not a single mutual fund availed that line of credit. Firstly, not because of investment norms. That was not the reason. I don't know where you have read. The factual position was that mutual fund didn't require that money with a lot of burden and a lot of other conditions. That is why not a single mutual fund offered availed that scheme. Even recently also, RBI again came out with some support when some liquidity, because liquidity
50,000 crores.
Exactly. But nobody availed it. Not a single mutual fund entity, not a single AMC availed that thing. So that way, I again assure you, and myself and Raghu can assure you, rest assured, mutual funds are strongly regulated by SEBI at every aspect of them, right from issuance, publication of the scheme to their expenses, to their advertising and even remuneration to their executives. Everything is strongly regulated by SEBI. And as Mr. Raghu rightly pointed out, mutual fund is the most transparent investment product. That I can assure you.
Thank you, sir. Actually, Charumati madam, can you kindly wait, because we are now in the organizing an awareness program. When something generally 29 times when it is positive, people try to keep that one time any wrong information or negative information that will be somewhere in our memory for a longer time. So, but we don't remember this 99 times positive information. Let us keep this positively, because the mutual funds are also learning from their experiences. Now they have become robust, and that has become proved that with the good regulatory environment, now the mutual funds are really doing well. Let us not hope that that things will go bad, and let us hope the next 10-15 years when our students are taking up, things will go positively, and it is always we have been also looking at they are doing very well. Let us get into, maybe we'll make our students to look at the very positive directions, positive issues associated with one or two experiences, one or two people may be having here and there, but let us not generalize it. Let the lecture go. Thank you.
Okay. I don't think any question is there for Mr. Raghu. Mr. Raghu, thank you very much for joining this program.
Just a minute, sir. Yeah. Just a minute. I like to add one more point here. Thing is like the difference between mutual funds and another pooled investment vehicle is there, alternative investment fund. I'll just give a simple example why we regulate more mutual funds. Why not the other pool of investments? Because mutual funds investors can be small people, even 100 rupee investor. So that is why we go into micromanagement also sometimes. Whereas there is a different category of pooled investment vehicle, that is alternative investment fund, where only large investors like 1 crore and above, those investors only can go there and invest. So their regulations are very loose. Anyway, that is very light touch regulation. Whereas mutual funds are very micromanaged, we go into deep levels and then regulate it. So from that side, on mutual funds, there are tight regulations. There are good disclosure norms. Many rules are laid down for that.
Thank you, Mr. Raghu. Thank you, Mr. Raghu, for joining. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So if Dr. Rao permit me, I can start my session.
Sure, sir, you can start. We are awaiting.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Raghuji.
Thank you. Thank you, Mon Rao, sir. Mother Mon, sir, good afternoon. My dear participants, to begin with, I should mention here that Dr. Rao, that this program is from Association of Mutual Fund in India, which is an apex body of Mutual Fund India. But as Mr. Raghu rightly pointed out, this program is not a marketing event or a promotional event of mutual fund. I want to make it clear to all the participants. This is purely an investor awareness program where the purpose of the program is to sensitize investors to take informed decision with regard to their investment and savings. And that the second thing is, as this program is for the participant, Dr. Lavanya, I would be very happy if at least students can have pen and paper with them, so then they can note it down any new idea or a new information they find in my session. They can note it down and they can explore those ideas or information through Google and websites, because Dr. Lavanya, now every information is available on Google and website otherwise also. Secondly, as the program is for the participants, I will be more than happy if more and more questions come from the participants, because that will be a reflection, Mr. Naidu, that you have taken interest into the subject, you have learned something, but at the same time, you have got some doubts, you have got some queries. So you are always welcome to ask the question. Once my session is over, I will make the town hall open. Anybody can just raise their hand and ask the question, or in the meantime, a participant can also just send their question in the chat box. Dr. Lavanya will take care of those questions which come in the chat box.
Sure, sir. I'm ready.
Thank you, ma'am. And one last request also I want to make, Dr. Lavanya. At least 4 or 5 videos should be on. If all videos are on, sometime a feeling creeps into to whom I am talking to.
Yeah.
So kindly at least request your core team members.
Okay, sir. I will do it.
And some students. Minimum, I'm not saying that all videos should be on. At least 4 or 5 will do. This is my humble request. And I want to make it an interactive session, Mr. Naidu. I don't want to be a one-way traffic that I speak and you listen and go. I will always be taking your name, the name of Dr. Lavanya, name of Charumati ma'am, and those who are I can see their names. I will continue taking their names. Mr. Naidu, I just ask one question to you to start with.
Okay.
What is the importance of money in our life? Why we are so much passionate about the money? Most of us, you may not be, but most of us are passionate about the money. What is this? Why? Why you are passionate about the money?
Maybe because to be independent, sir.
Okay. Any other thought came in mind?
As in Sanskrit, there's a quote, sir. Dhanam moolam idam jagat. So money is the root for everything in this world, sir. Whatever, let it be health, education, whatever, we need to have money for that.
Yes, very right. You got the point right. My dear participants, money gives us in our life most of the basic needs, taking care of basic needs, comfort and luxuries. All three. So money is one of the most important part in our life. But my dear participant, before coming to the aspect of basic needs and comfort and luxury, one more purpose money surge in your life, my dear Naidu. You might not be aware, but Dr. Lavanya knows it very well. And that is money also gives us security. Security in the sense that when we have plenty of money, we feel secure. How I can explain it to you? One day, Mr. Naidu will have 100 crore in his bank account. Once he will have that much of money in his bank account, he will, no problem, no Baba, now I have got 100 crore in my bank account. If anything happens to me, I will take care of anything, all these things. This is a feeling we develop when we have money, plenty of money. So security comes only when we have plenty of money. Mr. Naidu, you were smiling, I know, but you know it very well that most of us would not be having 100 crore in our bank account. Unless and until we start a startup or an enterprise or a business. But if we remain as a service class person, then hardly we will have that much of money in our life. So now the question arises, Maria, how we can develop security in our life? Because security is the most important thing every individual think about themselves before even thinking about prosperity. So how we can develop security? This is a very natural question, Dr. Lavanya, and everybody should ask about it. How we can develop security in our life? Yes, we can develop security in our life despite not having 100 crore in our bank account. Now I am telling Mr. Naidu to listen to it very carefully, that every individual can develop security in their life even without having plenty of money in their life. How we can do? By doing these three things in our life. Kindly note it down if you wish to note it down. These three things must be done at the beginning of your career and when you start earning. Mr. Karthik, of course, you are not earning today, but you are going to earn very soon, down the line in 1 or 2 years. So in the first year of your earning, you should develop these three things ideally, or at least in 2-3 years, you should develop these three things. And all these three things, again, I repeat, Maria, will give you only security in your life. It is not related to your prosperity. Prosperity aspect, we will talk afterwards. First, I am talking about the security. So the first thing we should have is adequate life insurance cover. Every individual who is an earner must take adequate life insurance cover. And Mr. Naidu, you might not be aware about the importance of life insurance cover, but Dr. Lavanya knows it very well. Life insurance cover will give a mental comfort to your family, that in case I am not available to my family, at least my family will have least financial problem, because they will get a reasonable or a good amount out of that life insurance cover. That is why we take life insurance cover. And why we take life insurance cover, Mr. Naidu? I know you will appreciate that life is pretty uncertain, Maria. Today I am talking to you, we are okay, everything is going well. But what will happen tomorrow? Are you sure? Nobody is sure about that. So life is pretty uncertain. So just to overcome that uncertainty.
Sir, there is 2 questions in chat box. Shall I read the questions? Can you able to answer?
Ma'am, better I will take at the end of the session, because in between there may be an unnecessary interruption. So yeah. You just keep it with you. I will take all the questions when my session is over.
Okay.
Thank you. So we should take adequate life insurance cover. And Maria, you might not be aware, but most of the earning Indians do take life insurance cover. But in most of the cases, as Dr. Lavanya might be knowing, it is grossly inadequate. Inadequate, Mother Mohan sir, that we take life insurance cover of 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. It is not going to serve the purpose for which life insurance cover is taken, because it has to be adequate. And what is the definition of adequacy, Maria? It should be minimum 10 times of your annual income. Mr. Naidu, note it down. It should be minimum 10 times of your annual income. Suppose your annual income is 20 lakhs, Maria. Then ideally speaking, you should take a life insurance cover of not less than 2 crore rupees. Because only that amount is going to serve the purpose for which life insurance cover is taken. And in my days, and in the days of Mother Mohan sir and Mr. Rao days, such life insurance cover product was not available, which is available today. That insurance cover product is called term insurance, TERM, term insurance. It is a real insurance product where you can take a life insurance cover of an adequate amount by paying a paltry amount every month. If you are of the age of 25 to 30, you can take a life insurance cover, Mr. Naidu, of 1 crore rupees by hardly paying a monthly premium of 500 or 600 rupees, which anybody can afford. But Mother Mohan sir, in our times, only endowment and money back policies were available. Through those policies, we were not able to take that level of insurance cover. We had taken 5 lakh insurance cover, 10 lakh insurance cover, but that didn't serve the purpose at all. So again, I repeat, kindly take adequate life insurance cover, and it is more imperative, my dear participants, when you are the single earner in the family. It is most important that you should take adequate life insurance cover. And here, early you take, lesser will be the premium, because, my dear Mr. Naidu, life insurance cover premium is related to your age. Early you take, lesser will be the premium. So kindly don't keep deferring the decision for 5-10 years. Start taking the decision. And nowadays, Dr. Lavanya might be knowing, top-up facility in life insurance cover is also available. Top-up simply means that presently you may take a life insurance cover of 1 crore rupees. Down the line, after 5 years or 10 years, if you feel that it has become inadequate because of your income increase and other factors, you can top it up from 1 crore to 2 crore to 3 crore to 5 crore. That facility is nowadays available, which was not available, Madam Mohan sir, in our time at least. So first request is, kindly take adequate life insurance cover for security. Again, I repeat, this will give you security to your family. Second thing is, my dear participant, kindly take adequate health insurance cover. And again, Mr. Naidu might ask me, sir, why I should take health insurance cover when I have taken life insurance cover? Yes, your question is very valid. But my dear Mr. Naidu and all the participants, I will taking your name only, but doesn't mean that I am not talking to other participants. I am just taking your name, and through you I am talking to all the participants. Yes, my dear Mr. Naidu, life insurance cover is a different product and health insurance cover is a different product. And both serve different purposes in our life. Life insurance cover serve the purpose that in case of my death, my family will get a reasonable or good amount on which they can survive. At least they wouldn't be having huge financial problems, which they might have faced if I had not taken life insurance cover. Health insurance cover we take that in case of some medical emergency or accident, Maria, that can happen to anybody at any time. Where we will go? We will go to the best available hospital. And unfortunately, Madan Mohan sir knows it very well. Unfortunately, the medical health system of the government health setup is not up to mark. Unfortunately, it should be, but it is not. So where we will go, Maria? We will be forced to go to the private hospitals. But in private hospital, the problem is different. They charge exorbitantly. If a person remains there in hospitalization for more than 10-15 days, Mr. Naidu, they may raise a bill of more than 10-15 lakhs. From where that money will come if we don't have health insurance cover? Either we will have to raise the loan from the friends or relations, or we have to arrange it, and we will be in great trouble for arranging that money. But if you have taken health insurance, the benefit of health insurance is, Maria, is that all your hospital expenses will be directly paid by the insurance company to the hospital. You can go to the best available private hospital in the city, get the best treatment, come home recovered without paying anything. All expenses will be directly paid by the insurance company from whom you have taken health insurance to the private hospital. That is the purpose of health insurance cover. And nowadays, a very good insurance product is available in the market, Dr. Lavanya, you might be knowing. The name of the product is Floater Health Insurance Cover, FLOATER, Floater Health Insurance Cover. It is also called Umbrella Health Insurance Cover. The uniqueness of this health insurance cover, Mr. Naidu, is that if you take this insurance, Floater Health Insurance Cover, you have the leverage of adding your wife when you will be married, even your kids, and even your parents you can add on. So in the one singular health insurance cover, that is Floater Health Insurance Cover, all members of the family are covered as far as health insurance is covered. And if anything, Maria, happens to any member of the family, they can go to the hospital, get the best treatment, come home recovered without paying anything. So Floater Health Insurance Cover is a unique health insurance product, and we should think of taking health insurance cover for covering our whole family members. And here again, health insurance cover premium, my dear Naidu, is related to your age here again. So early you take, lesser will be the premium. So kindly don't keep deferring the decision of taking health insurance cover. This is second request I want to make. And think of taking floater health insurance cover, which covers your whole all family members. And for both the premiums, you are also entitled to get income tax deduction under section 80C. But that is an incidental benefit only. Dr. Madan Mohan knows it very well. It is not the prime benefit. Prime benefit is much bigger than that. But you should avail the benefit if it is available to you. So the second request is kindly take adequate health insurance cover for the family. Third request I want to make to all the young participants: kindly develop an emergency fund of around 5 to 7 lakhs for your family. Naturally, Maria, you will ask me, sir, why we should develop this emergency fund? You may not have faced the problems, Maria. I know you have been very lucky, but at the same time, you might be aware that lakhs of people have lost their job during pandemic. Lakhs of people have got substantial reduction in their income. Their salary were not there, or businesses were closed, professions were closed. So they had passed through a very, very tough time. And as Charumati ma'am just mentioned, pandemic is still here. It has not gone, firstly. Secondly, now we fear that another virus may come in future. Another disease may come in future. So to take care of that eventuality, every family must develop an emergency fund of around 5 to 7 lakhs. And I know 5 to 7 lakhs is not a small amount for all of us, but we can develop it over a period of time, Maria, maybe in 3 years, maybe 5 years. But once you develop this corpus, you have to make a promise with yourself that we will never use this emergency fund for any other purpose except for the emergencies in our life. That promise you have to make, because temptation will always be there, Maria. When you have 5-7 crore in a surplus amount, you will always, let us go to on vacation, let us enjoy it and celebrate something. So that temptation will always be there, but you have to control yourself. You have to discipline yourself that this is purely a totally different purpose for which we have developed this emergency fund, and we will never use it for any other purpose. And I am not saying that you just keep that amount in your bank account or keep it at home. No, better you put it in some bank FD, which will generate some reasonable return to you, and money will be handy whenever you want, you can withdraw it. So the third request is kindly develop the emergency fund of around 5 to 7 lakhs. And Harita, these three things will give you security only. I again repeat, these three things: adequate life insurance cover, adequate health insurance cover, and emergency fund of around 5 to 7 lakhs will give you security only. It might not relate or take care of your prosperity. But I again repeat, Dr. Lavanya will agree with me that security comes first in our life. We should first develop security, then we think about prosperity. So now we will take it, the second aspect of the money, that is prosperity. And for that, I just asked one basic question to Dr. Lavanya. Dr. Lavanya, can you just tell me what is the main source of money for all of us, particularly those who are salary class, middle class person? What is the main source of money?
Salary or wage, sir?
Exactly. You are absolutely right. Salary is the main source of money for the middle class, salary class person. And what we do with the salary, Maria, you might have seen your parents if they are in service. What they do? Majority of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly and regular expenses. Majority of it. Grocery, rental, travel, and then EMI, if you have taken some loan, your parents have taken some loan, and a lot of other things. So a majority of our salary goes into taking care of our monthly expenses. But Dr. Madan Mohan knows one very unique thing, and not you, but at least you might have observed with your parents. We Indians have a unique DNA. Maria, you might not have appreciated it, but we all Indians have it. And what is that? You will also learn when you start earning, Harita. And that DNA is we Indians have a unique habit not to spend all the money which we earn. We sincerely try to take away some money out of our income. Am I right? Every family, even a family who is earning 10,000 rupees, will sincerely try to take away some money, 500 rupees. Or, of course, it will be difficult, but they will sincerely try. So the money which we don't spend out of our income, what we call it, Maria? It is called savings. It is called savings. And we all save. Dr. Lavanya noted very well that we Indians are one of the best savers in the world still. As a community, we are the best savers. We do save. So I'm not again giving the importance of saving, because we are all savers. You will also be saver, Maria and Naidu and Harita, when you start earning. Naturally, it will be. But two things I want to tell you about savings. And kindly note it down very carefully, particularly students like Maria and Harita and Naidu. We do save, but Maria, we are casual about saving. Normally, we are casual about saving. In the sense that this month, Dr. Lavanya is saving 10,000 a month. Next month, it might be 12,000. Third month, it might be 8,000. Fourth month, it might be even 5,000. And fifth month, again, it will be 15,000. So, we do save, but we are casual about saving. But one thing I want to tell all the young participants and all the young students, kindly make it a point in your life. Please identify an amount of saving which you can comfortably save out of your income. And Maria, I am not prescribing anything that you should save 20% of your income, 30%. No, that is, I am not. What I am saying is, you please identify an amount of saving which you can comfortably save. Suppose Professor Lavanya says that she is earning 50,000. Of course, she is earning more than that. But just for example's sake, suppose she says that she is earning 50,000 a month, and her monthly expenses are around 40,000. Then what she is indirectly saying is that she can save 10,000 a month. Am I right, Dr. Lavanya?
Yes,
so,
sir.
My request is very simple but emphatic to all the young participants. Then you should save this 10,000, whatever amount we have identified. You should save that amount, whatever you have identified, every month religiously without fail. So saving has to be upfront. The moment you get your income or salary, first take away the amount of saving. Whatever remains, manage your affairs. That commitment and discipline will have to be developed right from the first month when you start earning. Of course, Maria, it will not be an easy task. Temptation will always be there. Needs might always be there. But you have to develop a habit and a discipline in your life that you will never go down to such temptation. Whatever you have identified, you will save that amount religiously every month, come what may. That level of commitment will be necessary. And I know, Harita, it is not an easy task, but it is not an impossible task. It is a tough task, of course, but it is not an impossible task. Only thing is developing a commitment with yourself. Come what may, I will save this amount. So first request is, kindly identify an amount of saving and then religiously save that amount every month. Now, the second request relating to saving is, kindly keep increasing your saving minimum by 10% every year. And Maria, again, it is possible, because when you start earning, you will be knowing, Dr. Madan Mohan knows it very well, that every year we get increment, we get some allowances, or income keep increasing every year. So with the increase in income, Harita, we must increase our saving every year. And it should ideally be minimum 10%. Suppose this year you are saving 10,000 a month, Mr. Naidu, then next year it should be 11,000 a month. And third year it should be 12,100. It should be like that only, every year. Of course, again, it is a tough task, but my dear friends, for getting something bigger, we have to sacrifice something. We have to make commitment and discipline. It is not, making money is not an easy task. Mind it very carefully. It is a tough task. But once you make money, then Maria and Harita will have different smile on their faces. Then when we have plenty of money, they will enjoy their life the way they want. But how it will be possible? Only when you start seriously thinking about identify saving and increasing your saving. This is the two requests I want to make with regard to saving. And mind it, Mr. Naidu, saving is the first step of your prosperity. Only first step, but of course the first step. It is not the only step, but the first step of your prosperity. Now, after that, next question arises: what we do with the savings? What we do? Madan Mohan sir knows it very well. Normally, what we do with the savings? There are two options available with the middle class, salary class person. Dr. Lavanya knows it very well. One option is, which a foolish person like me will only do, is that I am religiously saving that amount, whatever I have identified. But what nonsensely I am doing it, I save that amount, keep that amount in my bank account only, where I get the salary, or just taking out that amount, counting the currency and keeping it keeping that at home every month. Nobody should do it, mind it. Nobody should do it. Because if you do this practice, then better not to save. Enjoy your life. Because you save and put your money at bank account or at home in currency form, my dear participants, it is a gross injustice to ourselves, to our family, and to our country as a whole. Never, never, never do this. Naturally, Mr. Naidu then asked me, sir, then what to do? Yes. Question is very simple and very natural. What to do? Yes, my dear friend. Other option is also there for you. Kindly note it down. That option is very important. And the option is, kindly put your savings, number one, into acquisition of some assets, value of which will increase in future. Put your savings into acquisition of some, or purchase or acquisition of some assets, value of which will increase in future, and or put your savings into some financial instrument which will give us regular and periodical return in future. And my dear participants, the process of putting your savings into acquisition of some assets or in financial instrument, Dr. Lavanya is smiling, she knows it very well. It is called investment. It is called investment. So kindly mind it. Saving is the first step. Investment is the second step, Mr. Muhammad Afan. Investment is the second step, but primary step is and first step is saving only. But if you remain and stop at the first step, better not to save, because you have invariably have to be an investor as well. Whatever you are saving has to be invested. Mind it. Because if you don't invest, then you will not be prosper at all. You cannot be prosper just by saving. Madan Mohan sir knows it very well. Never. You can never be prosper only by saving. You will have necessarily to be an investor also. Dr. Lavanya knows it very well. So first step is saving and second step is investment. And we are all savers and investors. What Dr. Madan Mohan and Lavanya ma'am and Charumati ma'am knows it very well. We are all investors by default because we are putting our money in one or other form, in one or other product. So we are all investors. And you will also be all investors, my dear Muhammad Afan, when you start earning. Yes, you will be. But one thing I want to make you understand at this stage itself. Madan Mohan sir knows it very well. I don't know whether Lavanya ma'am will agree with me or not. But the fact of the middle class, salary class person is, most of the middle class, salary class person, my dear Naidu, I am not including your generation, at least my generation. I am talking about generation of Madan Mohan sir and Lavanya ma'am. Most of the middle class, salary class person, despite their sincere and best efforts in saving and investment, they just remain money accumulators. Kindly understand very carefully what I am saying. Despite sincere efforts in saving and investment, most of the middle class, salary class person just remain money accumulators. They don't become wealth creators. And my dear Naidu, unless and until you become wealth creator, you will not be prosper. Mind it, the things are very simple and clear. You have to be wealth creators. Because if you remain money accumulators, then there will never be a prosperity in your life. The formula funda is very clear. It is a better, simple, clear equation. For prosperity, you have to create wealth. You have to be wealth creator. But most of us are not, at least in my generation, Madan Mohan sir, and even Lavanya ma'am generation, I can say, most of us are money accumulators. They are not wealth creators. So before going ahead, we must understand what is the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation. Then we will take it forward. And for that example, Lavanya ma'am, kindly permit me to take your name for this example. I am just giving you a very simple example to the student to make you understand what is the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation. Suppose Dr. Lavanya ma'am has got 1 lakh rupees with her. Of course, she has got much more than that. But just for example's sake, we take that Dr. Lavanya ma'am has got 1 lakh rupees with her. And she goes for a bank FD. I am taking the example of bank fixed deposit. Why I am taking Mr. Naidu? Because even students are aware about the bank FD. So Dr. Lavanya goes for a bank FD for 1 year. And nowadays, as you are all aware, the bank interest rate is around 6% on 1 year bank FD. Am I right, Lavanya ma'am? Around 6%. So she goes for a 1 year bank FD with a good bank. After 1 year, when I meet her and just ask ma'am, what happened to her bank FD? Dr. Lavanya ma'am is very happy. She is smiling. She says that she has earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income. She is happy. She has earned 6,000 rupees in bank interest income and she is happy. But when I ask her, ma'am, are you right or wrong? She might get angry with me. Mr. Sharma, what is wrong with you? I'm absolutely right. You can see my passbook. I have got a credit of 6,000 rupees as bank interest income and bank has given back my money. That's simple. Yes, Lavanya ma'am, you are right, but you are not right. Abhinyam, please understand the concept very carefully. Lavanya ma'am is right, but she is not right, Mr. Muhammad. How she is not right? She definitely got 6,000 rupees as bank interest income, but she ignored unintentionally two very important factors while analyzing return on her investment. FD is also an investment. So she unintentionally ignored two very important factors which she should not have ignored. And you kindly understand, all the students must understand these aspects. These two factors are, one and most important factor, Mr. Naidu, is inflation. Actually, we talk about the inflation day in, day out nowadays. Everybody knows about the inflation. Prices are increasing of item, goods, petrol prices are increasing everywhere. Prices are increasing. This chorus is there. So what is inflation, Mr. Naidu? Can you tell me what is inflation? Inflation, simply speaking, Madan Mohan sir knows it very well. It is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. Am I right, Lavanya ma'am? Yes. Increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. So last year when Lavanya ma'am was going for bank FD, Harita, instead of going to FD, she might have purchased some item or some goods at 1 lakh rupees. Instead of going for FD, but she had gone for MD. She had gone for FD. So now suppose she had she gone for some purchase of some item, goods, services at 1 lakh rupees. Now tell me, Ms. Harita, would Dr. Lavanya would be able to purchase same item, same goods, same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees? Would it be possible for her? No, it will not be possible. Because of inflation, prices of those items, goods or services have increased. And suppose the inflation rate has been 5% during this period when Lavanya ma'am had got 1 year FD. Inflation rate is 5. What does it mean? Simply, Harita, to make you understand, last year, whatever Lavanya ma'am could have purchased from 1 lakh rupees for the same item, same goods, and same services, after 1 year, she will need to pay not 1 lakh rupees, but 1,05,000 rupees because inflation has been 5%. So now you see the proposition. Out of 6,000 she earned, actually 5,000 had been eaten by the inflation. Am I right? You must understand this. So out of 6,000 she earned, 5,000 had been eaten by the inflation. But still, and Dr. Lavanya ma'am is still happy. She says that I have still have 1,000 with me out of 6,000. Yes, ma'am, you do have. But again, other factor is also there to look at. That factor is, Mr. Naidu, you might not be aware. Harita, you might not be aware. Mr. Muhammad, you might not be aware. But that factor is, most of the income and return are taxable under Income Tax Act and rules. Lavanya ma'am knows it very well. Most of the income, bearing some government small saving schemes afterwards, most of the income and return are taxable under Income Tax Act. And for bank FD, Madan Mohan sir knows it very well. But for your information, you might not be aware. Whatever you earn as bank interest FD, Lavanya ma'am, you will have to pay income tax as per your slab. 10,000 exemption is allowed for saving bank account only, not for FD. People don't understand it. 10,000 exemption for bank interest is allowed only for the saving bank account, Lavanya ma'am. It is not for FD. So suppose you have earned 6,000 here, you will have to pay income tax on 6,000 as per your slab. And suppose you are in 20% slab, what does it mean? That you will need to pay 20% income tax on 6,000, which comes to around 1,200 rupees. Now, my dear Naidu and Harita, you see the proposition. Lavanya ma'am was very happy when she earned 6,000 rupees. But in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation, and 1,200 she need to pay as income tax. And there is no excuse, Lavanya ma'am. In my time and in the times of Madan Mohan sir, we were well assured that nobody will come from income tax department to collect that income tax. But Lavanya ma'am, now because of technology, all such information is automatically available with the income tax department. There is no excuse for you. You will have to pay it. If you don't pay it, if you don't include in your income tax return, Lavanya ma'am, there is a possibility that you may get a notice from the income tax department. Madam, you had earned 6,000 rupees, which you didn't include in your income tax return, which you were supposed to be. Now pay the income tax and penalty as well. So, my dear friends, you see the proposition. Out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. 1,200 she paid as income. Did anything remain with her? Nothing. Rather, 200 rupees has gone out of her pocket. Because 5,000 plus 1,200. So rather nothing remained with her in reality. So 6,000 was her notional income. Harita, you understand? 6,000 rupees was her notional income, and there was no real return, no real income. And my dear participant, I want to emphasize here that for prosperity, you have to earn some real return on your all investments. Mind it, again I repeat, for your prosperity, you have to earn a real return on your investment. And what is the definition of real return, my dear friend? Note it down. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability. In this case, real return equal to notional return, that is 6,000 minus inflation 5,000 minus tax liability 1,200. Real return is in negative, not no real return. But suppose we take this example forward, Lavanya ma'am. Suppose the interest rate is 8%, then she will earn 8,000. Am I right, ma'am? Then you will earn 8,000 as bank interest income. Again, keeping inflation at 5%, out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. Again, 20% income tax, that is 1,600 of 8,000. She will need to pay income tax. But despite that, Maria, there still remain 1,400. 8,000 minus 5,000 minus 1,600, there is still remain 1,400. That 1,400 is her real return. That 1,400 is the real return. And again, I repeat with emphasis, all our investment must earn some real return. Maybe 1%, maybe 2%, maybe 5%. That's a different story, Lavanya ma'am. But my investment must earn some real return, and we should never be satisfied with that notional return. Understand it very carefully, because that is very important for your investment decision and investment success. Because that real return only is going to create wealth for you. Mind it. Where notional return is not going to create wealth for you. Numbers will increase definitely, Lavanya ma'am, but it will serve no purpose at all, because real return only will create wealth for you. So my emphasis here is, Maria, you must ensure that all your investment must earn some real return. Now, next question arises, which again you people should understand. Why most of the middle class, salary class person are sheer money accumulators? Why we are not wealth creators? Why we are not? Madan Mohan sir knows the answer very well. Why we are not? Yes, my dear friends, most of us are not wealth creators. We are money accumulators. Why? Because of some mindset. Middle class, salary class person, Lavanya ma'am, has a typical mindset. Most of us. And that mindset is, and Mr. Naidu and Maria and Sri Venkateshwar, you must not have that mindset. You must change your mindset. We unfortunately have that mindset, but you must change that. What is that mindset? Most of the middle class, salary class person are of the view, they don't want to take any risk. No, Baba, no risk. We don't want to take. When we talk about the risk, most of the participants who are already earning in the age group of Madan Mohan sir or Lavanya ma'am, sir, let it stop here. We don't want to listen about the risk because we don't want to take any risk. But my dear friends, you understand, at least young students I'm addressing, you must understand that in most of the investment, Charumati ma'am, you will agree with me, most of the investment risk is there. Yes, you have to accept it. In most of the investment, risk is there. And the word safe investment appears to be an illusion, because Charumati ma'am has been a very smart investor, I know. So at least she is well aware that in most of the investment, except some governmental saving schemes, which we will talk afterwards, risk is there. Risk element is there in most of the investment. So first we should accept that yes, risk is there. Because once you accept, then the next question with natural come in your mind is, yes, sir, and Mr. Naidu will tell me, okay, sir, you are telling me now risk is there. I accept that risk is there in investment. But now tell me how I can manage my risk. Because naturally we will try to manage our risk. That is very natural. How I can minimize my risk. This is a natural question come in our mind. Lavanya ma'am, risk is there in our investment, but I can give you a firm assurance that we can manage our risk, we can minimize our risk. But Maria, we can manage our risk, we can minimize your risk, but we can't make our risk zero. Some degree of risk will always be there. Some high degree, some moderate degree, or some low degree risk will be there. Risk will be there in the investment. So how we can manage our risk? This is $1 million question, and very important question. We must learn how to manage it, because risk management is the most important aspect of your investment success. And for risk management, individual risk management, I give you a very simple formula. Professor Madan Mohan will laugh at me. Even Lavanya ma'am will say, sir, what nonsense, very simple thing you are talking to students. You are just taking much of your time on the basic things which they might be knowing. But I feel that these basic things are going to change your mindset. Well, kindly think it very carefully. These basic things are going to change your mindset. So how we can manage our risk? Maria and Mr. Sri Venkateshwar note down a very simple formula. Very simple 2-word formula. Very simple. Madan Mohan sir says, sir, it is a very simple thing everybody knows. Yes, sir. I note it down. Only 2-word formula. And the formula is think, understand, and invest. Lavanya ma'am, I have used only 2 words. Think, understand. First word I have used, Mr. Naidu, is think. What we have to think? We have to think 2 things about ourselves. We have to think 2 things about ourselves. The first thing is, what is my risk-taking capacity? What is my risk appetite? What is my risk tolerance? It is one and same thing. How much risk I can take. And my dear Naidu, you must know it very well that every individual has got different risk appetite. Because our income is different, our social structure is different, our family obligations are different, everything is different. So Lavanya ma'am has got different risk appetite. Madan Mohan sir has got different risk appetite. Professor Charumati has got different risk, and I have different risk appetite. Because my income is different, my obligations are different, my age bracket is different. Age, again, my age phase is also, everything is different. So one thing comes out of it. Very important thing I am telling you. A general mistake we all do, which you must not do, Maria, Shri Venkateshwar and Mr. Naidu. We do it, of course. I don't know whether Madan Mohan sir will agree with me or not. But a general mistake we all have done, Lavanya ma'am, and that is we follow others when they make investment. Without looking at our risk appetite, we simply follow others. Suppose Lavanya ma'am has gone to the chamber of Madan Mohan sir and he is filling some application for some investment. Lavanya ma'am asks him, sir, what you are doing? Because he knows Madan Mohan sir is a very smart investor. He knows everything about the investment. So she must be investing in a good product. So Lavanya ma'am asks her, sir, what you are doing? Madan Mohan sir is saying, I am investing some of my money in a good investment product. Then what Lavanya ma'am will say? Sir, I have also got some surplus money I want to invest. Kindly arrange application for me too. This is the blunder we all do. Lavanya ma'am, Mr. Madan Mohan has got different risk appetite and you have got different one. So why you follow Mr. Madan Mohan for that? Because product which might be suitable for Madan Mohan sir might not be suitable for you. That is why we must not follow others. I am using the word others, including everyone. Even your brother, your sister, your friends, your relations, your colleagues. We must not follow others while taking investment decision because risk appetite of every individual is different. We should take our investment decision strictly as per our risk appetite. And one thing I want to tell you, those who are young, of course, Naidu and Mr. Shri Venkateshwar and Harita and Maria, I don't know, I'm just not able to see Maria as well. You have not started working now, but you are going to start very soon, down the line in 1 2 years. I want to tell you one thing to all of you. The age between 25 to 40, which you are going to enter very soon when you start earning, my dear friends, it is going to be the golden period of your life. I can advise you. I can't advise you, Madan Mohan sir or Lavanya ma'am. They are all senior professors. But students, I can tell you, the age between 25 to 40, when you will start earning around, we start earning around 25, will be a golden period of your life. Kindly make best use of it, in the sense that you should save as much as you can when you start earning. Because Harita, you will start earning, but you will have least social and family liabilities. You might not even be married, and if married, no liability will be much lesser. So you can save as much as you can, and at the same time, you can invest your savings into the best available investment product, but your focus should be on maximum real return. And that too, even by taking some risk. I am encouraging you to take risk. Madhumon sir might be annoyed with me. Even Lavanya ma'am says, sir, you are teaching a wrong thing, a wrong notion to my students. But I am encouraging you because you are young. I am encouraging you to take risk, but risk should be calculated, Mr. Naidu. It should not be blind. You should take calculated risk, because if something goes wrong with taking that risk, let it be. You have got a horizon of 30, 40 years to go. You can rectify your mistake. Come on. Let us take risk, but it should be calculated, and your focus should be on maximum real return. So the first thing you should think about yourself is your risk-taking capacity. Second is time horizon of investment. Harita, that is very important thing now I am going to tell all of you. Time horizon of investment. Normally what happens, Lavanya ma'am, whenever we have money, we invest it without looking at the fact that we will need money at not in one go in our life, Mr. Naidu. We will need money at many times for many milestones in our life. So we should equally be aware and sensitive about the time horizon of investment. And time horizon of investment simply means, Harita, I should have money when I need it. On any occasion, when the occasion arises, when any milestone come in my life, I should have money for that. And for that, Lavanya ma'am, I just want to give an exercise to those young faculty members who are below 40 now. And that is, next Sunday, kindly sit with your family members, have a paper and one paper and pen, and draw 3 columns on the paper. First column, second column, and third column. In the first column, you just jot down the milestone in your life. And Harita, what are the common milestones for middle class, salary class person? I just start with the marriage. Marriage is the first milestone in our life. Second milestone might be birth of the children, celebration naturally. Then third milestone might be admission of the children in a good public school. That might be the third. After that, vacation has also become an important milestone, Harita, nowadays. Every family wants to go on vacation. Your family will give, why you remain in Pondicherry all the time? Go to Karnataka, go to Andhra, go to Maharashtra, go to Rajasthan, and beyond country also. So vacation has also become an important milestone. Then after some year, Lavanya ma'am, your children are grown up, then higher education and professional education is one of the important milestones in our life. Am I right, Harita? Higher education and professional education of children. After that, once education is over, naturally marriage of the children comes the second. Normal, natural course. And last milestone is living in retirement life. Harita, that is equal. You might laugh at me, sir, we have not yet started service and you have started talking about the retirement. Yeah, and you may laugh at me even. Even Mr. Naidu will say to our colleagues, sir was a nonsense. He was just talking about the retirement. I have not started earning and he was talking about the retirement. But my dear friend, these are natural flow of life. Natural flow of life. Sooner or later, these phases will come in your life. Mr. Madan Mohan is going to face that phase of life very soon. Dr. Lavanya will face it after 10, 20 years. You will face it after 30, 40 years. but that is natural. So last phase might be retirement life. So in the first column, finally note it down. What are the milestones in your life? And Harita, I give you leverage. Whatever you want, you can add on it. In the second column, again these milestones, kindly start putting the period when it is likely to happen in your life. Again, an idea only. Precisely, of course, I know, Harita, it will not be possible. But you just have an idea. Suppose somebody said, I am not married. I am likely to marry after 2 years. Put it 2 years. Likewise, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 13 years, 40. You start putting the period. In the third column, last column, which is very important, Mr. Naidu, start putting the money against each milestone which you will need. Suppose you say for marriage, I will need 5 lakhs. Okay, put it 5 lakhs. 2 important milestones I want to mention here for all of you. Just for making you understand the importance of these milestones. One of the important milestone, Mr. Naidu, is higher education and professional education of children. Am I right? You are still a child. You are getting education at the expense of your parents. But when you become parents, you will definitely think of giving best education to your children. So higher education and professional education, Dr. Lavanya, is one of the most important milestones in our life. Dr. Lavanya, what is the normal cost of good MBA degree from a good MBA institute today? It is around 20 lakhs. Around 20 lakhs, am I right? For 2-year MBA degree, it is around 20 lakhs.
Our university is offering the course at the lowest fee, sir.
Sir, I know, madam, I know you, but I'm talking in general terms only. I know.
Yes, sir.
In general terms, it is 20 lakhs from a good private institution. Okay, let it be a good private institution. Then, can you imagine, Harita, when your children will be grown up and you will be sending them for higher education after 25 years? What will be the cost of a good MBA degree, which is 20 lakhs today? Harita, it will not be less than 2 crore rupees per child.
Yes, sir.
Mind it, this is very important thing I am sharing with all of you. Because normally we think 20 lakhs is okay, but it will not be 20 lakhs after 25 years, Harita. It will be not less than 2 crore rupees. If you have got 2 children, minimum 4 crore only for the higher education of the children. Then last milestone is retirement plan. And Charumati ma'am, you might be lucky, you might be having pension in your university because you have joined much earlier. But even for the young generation, pension is not there. That feature has gone now, Lavanya ma'am. So how they will survive in retirement life? Normally, those who don't have pension, how they will survive, Abhinya ma'am? They will survive only by accumulating huge amount for the retirement life. Because typically what happens in retirement life, Harita, you might be knowing, people accumulate huge amount, invest or deposit that amount in some schemes, get the regular return, and they survive. That's the normal course of living, Lavanya ma'am, after retirement. So suppose today, your monthly expenses, Dr. Lavanya ma'am, is 30,000 and your age is 30. Just for presumption, I am not saying what your age is. I don't dare to mention the age of any esteemed lady professor. But just for example's sake, suppose your age is 30 and you say my monthly expenses are 30,000 today. Lavanya ma'am, after 30 years, when you become 60, can you imagine what will be your monthly expenses? Have you ever imagined, ma'am? It will be not less than 2 lakh rupees per month, which is 30,000 today. Because of inflation, Mr. Naidu, because of increase in prices, the monthly expenses of Dr. Lavanya, which is 30,000 today at the year 30, will be not less than 2 lakh rupees at that time at the age of 60. Means 2 lakhs rupees per month means around 25 lakhs rupees per year. From where that money will come? Because she will not have regular income, regular salary. She will be totally dependent upon the interest or return on the corpus which she have developed for retirement. So what retirement corpus she should develop? Maria, note it down, very important thing. And of course, again, it may not be interest to you because you have not started earning, but for your understanding, you must understand it. Retirement corpus should be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses, Dr. Lavanya. It should be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. Suppose, as we just mentioned, Dr. Lavanya's monthly expenses at the age of 60 will be 25 lakhs multiplied by 20. What it becomes, Mr. Naidu? 5 crore rupees. So you should develop not less than 5 crore rupees only for your retirement plan. Only for your retirement plan. So put it 5 lakhs at a retirement. And now the very tough task I am giving to all of you. You might get scary when you start making the total of the last column, Harita. You might get scary. A normal middle class, salary class person who is 30 today will need not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees in their life for their milestones only. And I have excluded the monthly expenditure from 30 to 60. That I have excluded. From where that, Maria, from where 10 to 12 crore rupees will come? Harita might be very lucky going to KBC or Amitabh Bachchan show, winning 7 crore rupees. But then how many of us will win except Harita? What about us? What about Naidu and what about Maria and other colleagues and students? Yes, now I can give you confidence to all of you young participants. I can give you confidence. You all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestones, provided you start seriously working on the day you start earning on your savings and on your investments. Be serious right from the day when you start earning. And if you are aware and serious, I can assure you, there will be less financial problem in your life. And the chart which we have just prepared, my dear friends, what is called, are you aware, Mr. Naidu? This chart is called financial plan. This chart which we have just prepared is called financial plan. And I will urge all of you, and even those young faculty members, kindly develop a financial plan of your family. And Dr. Lavanya, I am of the firm opinion, every family must have their financial plan. Every family. And Maria, it is not a rocket science. We can develop it. It's a damn easy thing. Sit with the family, discuss each aspect of your life, draw the milestones, put the time period, put the money, financial plan is ready. So once financial plan is ready, Charumati ma'am, we will have clear direction and idea about what money we will need at what stage. And once we are clear about the time horizons, most of us will seriously try to achieve those targets. That is why I keep telling in my session, with utmost emphasis, every family must have financial plan. Kindly try to draw your financial plan, Arita and Naidu and Maria, when you start working. That is a must for your investment success. One more point I want to tell here, that is rule of compounding. My dear Naidu friend, rule of compounding is 8th wonder of the world. You might not have understood the importance of rule of compounding. But Harita, it is 8th wonder of the world. And this I am not saying. The greatest ever scientist, Einstein, sir, Albert Einstein, has said us that rule of compounding is 8th wonder of the world. And what is rule of compounding in investment, Harita? Very simply speaking, you have to make a promise with yourself that whenever and whatever return or income you get on your investments, I again repeat, whenever and whatever income or return you get at any time on your investments, you will never use that return or income for your personal personal or family obligation, or for vacation, or for celebration. No, never. What you will do, you will simply club that return or income with your regular investment and reinvest. Whether you get 5,000 return or whether you get 5 lakhs return, rule is simple and clear for both of them. You should never use that return, Lavanya ma'am, for your personal purposes or for your family purposes. You simply club that return with your regular investment and reinvest it. And if you do this practice, my dear participants, and please do, it is my request to all of you, if you do this practice for longer period, Maria, I can assure you with absolute guarantee, I am using the word guarantee, you will have least financial problem in your life. And you will be happily surprised, Mr. Naidu, that your return or income portion has become much, much greater than your original investment. But that will happen not today, not tomorrow, my dear friends. It will happen after 15, 20 years. Mind it, it will happen after 15, 20 years. So please consistently and regularly follow the rule of compounding in your investment. Never use any return or income of your investment for your personal purpose. Try to put it on reinvestment mode, and that will be a magic in your life. Now, last segment, 10 minutes, I just want to talk about where to invest. Lavanya ma'am, we have just discussed so far basic things about investment. Now, I don't have time, otherwise at least I have taken 30-40 minutes, but because of time constraint, I will jump into the mutual fund only, because other investment products are also there. Mutual fund is one of the investment product, Maria, for middle class, salary class person. And what is mutual fund? Mutual fund is nothing, but you are giving your money to the experts. You are not directly investing. Firstly, mind it. You are not directly investing. You are giving your money to the experts. Why you are giving, Maria? Because we don't have time, because we don't have knowledge of the market. That is why we are giving our money to the experts. And mutual fund is a proposition. It is not a social service. Avinya ma'am, it is purely a proposition where I give my money to the expert for the sole purpose of earning maximum return on my investment. Purpose is very simple and very clear. In mutual fund, the uniqueness of mutual fund, Maria, is that in mutual fund, there are schemes, different type of schemes available for all type of investors. If you want to, if you have a high risk appetite, Mr. Naidu, you have got a different scheme in mutual fund. But Dr. Lavanya has got a moderate risk appetite, then other mutual fund schemes are available for her. And if Dr. Charumati has got least risk appetite because of age and other factors, other mutual fund schemes are available. So for all categories of risk appetite investors, mutual fund schemes are available. Likewise, Maria, in mutual fund schemes are available where you can invest your money even for a single night. That is called overnight funds. If you want to invest for a very short period, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, liquid funds are available. If you want to invest for 3 months or 6 months, other debt fund schemes, ultra short-term debt funds are available. If you want to invest for 1 year, 3 year, medium-term debt funds are available. If you want to invest for longer period, then equity funds or debt funds are available. So for different time horizon, you have different scheme in mutual funds. There are 3 major categories of schemes in mutual fund. Mr. Naidu, you please note it down. Next time when Dr. Lavanya and Dr. Charumati will give me time, I will like to have a detailed 2-hour session on mutual fund, whether either physically or through this mode only, but most only physically only we will take this session. There are 3 major categories of mutual funds, Maria. One is equity fund. Second one is debt fund, DEBT debt fund. And third one is hybrid fund. Equity fund, debt fund, and hybrid fund. These are the three major categories of mutual fund. In equity fund, Mr. Naidu, you must understand very clearly that your savings will be invested into the equity shares of the corporates. Very clear, by name itself it is clear. And when your money is invested into the equity shares, my dear friends, risk is greater. Understand it. Risk is greater, Maria, and there is no guarantee at all. Understand it? There is no guarantee at all. But potentiality of getting higher return is there. Potentiality, no guarantee, but potentiality of getting higher return is there. And those who are young, like Mr. Naidu and Maria James, and those who are who want to invest for longer period means minimum horizon is more than 5 years, then equity fund is a better proposition for you. For those who don't want to take risk, those who are satisfied with the reasonable return, then the other category is there. That is called debt fund. In debt fund, my dear friends, your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. Lavanya ma'am, difference is very clear. In equity fund, your money will be invested into the equity share of the corporate. In debt fund, your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. And when your money will be given as a loan to the corporates, risk will be relatively lesser, but return will also be reasonable. And third category is hybrid fund, Mr. Naidu. In hybrid fund, you are getting both the benefits. In hybrid fund, what typically happens, some of your money will go into the equity fund and some portion of the money will go into the debt fund. So you are balancing your risk, but at the same time aspiring a little bit higher return through equity fund. So it is up to you to decide how to proceed. The magic of the mutual fund, Lavanya ma'am, for the middle class, salary class person is very important thing now I am sharing to all of you. Is SIP, systematic investment plan. Charumati ma'am knows it very well because she has been invested in mutual fund. SIP is the magic, my dear friend Sarita. SIP means systematic investment plan. Maria, it is nothing but it is just like a recurring account which you might have opened with the bank. Regularly you are investing some amount, depositing every month. In SIP, you start investing a particular amount every month on a fixed date. SIP Maria, can be weekly, can be fortnightly, can be monthly, can be quarterly or half yearly. It depends upon you. In which way you are more comfortable. Normally it is monthly SIP, means every month on a particular date you are investing some money and it automatically goes. Once you complete the formality on a particular date, money which you have identified will go out of your bank account and will be invested. So SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person, and I will request all students even kindly start an SIP of even 100 rupees out of your pocket money. 100 minimum amount is 100 money. And if you can, 500 rupees is reasonably okay. Every month you can invest 500 rupees out of your pocket money and start feeling feel the experience of mutual fund after 3-4 years when you start earning. And I again repeat, Dr. Lavanya, SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person. And for that, I just want to give you one factual example. It is not an illusion. It is not an illustration. Dr. Lavanya ma'am, facts of the scheme are there, but I will not mention the name of the scheme, Harita, because of the simple reason that will be unfair marketing of that scheme. That is why I am not mentioning the name, but facts are there. One mutual fund company that is technically called asset management company, Harita, started an equity fund in 1995. Note down the dates very carefully. One equity, Lavanya ma'am, one equity fund was started by a mutual fund in 1995. And a small investor like Professor Charumati started an SIP of 10,000 rupees per month in that scheme. Means every year Professor Charumati has been investing through SIP 10,000 rupees per month in that scheme right from 1995. Regularly she is investing, Professor Lavanya, and she had not missed a single month. That is the greatest thing she has done. Every month she had been investing 10,000 rupees per month through SIP. And during that period, Dr. Lavanya, from 1995 to 2022, Maria, market might have gone up, market might have gone down. There have been a lot of up and down in the market, because moment of the market is the basic characteristic of the market. Understand it very carefully, Dr. Lavanya. Market will always go up and down, always. It is the basic character of the market. But Dr. Charumati never stopped SIP at any juncture, whether market was up, whether market was down. Because typically what happens normally, Professor Lavanya, people do start investing when market goes up. But when market goes down, people get scary. They stop SIP, they stop in the regular investment in the mutual fund. That is a blunder we should never do. So I again come to the example. In 1995, a mutual fund company started an equity fund, and Professor Charumati started an SIP of 10,000 rupees per month in that scheme. And regularly she has been investing from 1995 to 2022, Mr. Naidu. Can you tell me, Dr. Lavanya, can you tell me how much corpus now Professor Charumati had developed? Can you just have any idea? I can just give the exact figure, Maria. Dr. Charumati has got 9.57 crore through that SIP of 10,000 rupees per month, right from 1999 to 2020. That's the magic of SIP. What I want to tell you, that small amount in regular investment of a small amount over a period of time, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, Mr. Naidu, will give you huge corpus. But only thing, again I repeat, consistency, regularity, without looking at the movement of the market. And nowadays, one more facility is available, Dr. Lavanya, in SIP. Top-up facility is available. Suppose you start an SIP with 10,000 rupees, you can top it up from 10,000 to 12,000 to 15,000 to 20,000, or from 100 rupees to 500 rupees to 1,000 rupees. So top-up facility is also available in SIP. And now I know a lot of my friends who have got more than one SIP, Dr. Lavanya. And that SIP is target-oriented SIP. One SIP, Maria, for purchase of a house. One other SIP for going on vacation. Third SIP for higher education of children, which is likely to happen after 25 years. Fourth SIP for their retirement life. So you can have more than one SIP consecutively, and you can develop a good corpus for all your targets in time. So SIP is a magic for all of you, but don't go on my advice. Take your time to understand the concept of mutual fund and an SIP through a good number of websites. I can just want to share 2-3 good names of websites which are available in the market. One is SEBI website, that is investor awareness website of SEBI. Good material is available. Second one is on AMFI, AMFI. AMFI website, a good information is available on the website. 2-3 private websites, hundreds of websites are there. But I just for the name's sake, I'm mentioning 2-3 private websites also. But again, I am not marketing them. But I find them useful. That is why I'm sharing their name. One name is there, Mr. Naidu. That is ET Money, Economic Times Money, ET Money. That is a good website where good material is available. Then value research, VALUE, value research, which is available on the website. And last one is money control. It is also very good website where they have got a lot of material to read, to understand about the security market and mutual fund. I don't have time, otherwise I would have continued for another 1 hour. Next time, Doctor, when you give me time, I will take other things in detail. Last 2 things I want to tell all of you. One thing is, Dr. Lavanya, one pathetic disease is in our society, which is called Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. Lot of people will come to you, giving you, Mr. Naidu, assurance of doubling your money in 3-4 years, giving you good return. They are all bogus. They are scamsters. So I will request, never invest your hard-earned money. Kindly go home today. All students I am requesting, kindly go home today and tell your parents, never to invest your hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. And last thing I want to tell, and I am not saying that, I am saying it through Professor Charumati. Professor Charumati, if you can open your video, I will be grateful. Last thing I want to tell through Professor Charumati is, prosperity is your right. Every individual has got right to be prosper, my dear friends. Maria, Naidu, Mr. Muhammad, and all students, you must have confidence and say with confidence, we have got right to be prosper. Prosperity is my right. I might have born into a poor family, my dear friend, but I must not live as a poor and I must not die as a poor. And and Professor Charumati, it is absolutely possible, provided we start working sincerely right from the day we start earning on our savings and investment. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Whatever remains, we will take in next program, next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There were a few questions in the chat box. Can I read the questions, sir?
Yeah, but before that, I would like you to give your observation about the session.
Section. So can I conclude with the concluding remarks, sir?
Oh, okay. Okay.
First, I will, meanwhile, just go through the questions in chat box.
Yeah.
That will be better.
Yeah.
So, good evening to one and all who are present here, and our respected Dean, School of Management, and our respected Charmati ma'am, head of the department of School of Management Studies, and other colleagues who are there in the entire section. So all of you, good evening. So today I'm coming to conclusion about this thing. So conclusion remarks. So today we have 2 speakers. One is Raghu Vilasagaram and another one is Sri Suryakant Sharma. So both are very good speakers. First, the session was started with Raghu Vilagaram, who is an excellent speaker and who is AGM from CB. So he said here, about the rules and regulations of the CB, and he told about a AF central platform about CB, where it gives the information about the savings and how to safeguard the investment. And he told about investor charters, and there is a one portal in score about grievance. Any investors having any grievance means they can they can post or they can put in that scorecard where they can do it. And also he explained about this is very important and do's and do not of investors, and also about investment products, many products he explained, and rights of investors and responsibility of investors, and also about one a new scheme like Sati, that is mobile application app, and also systematic way of investments. Here overall this session, what it speaks about is, first of all, for any investors, they have to read the documents completely and understand it completely, then they have to investment. So overall, that Raghu Vilasam, resource person, what his conclusion is, first of all, whoever want to invest, they have to read understand, complete, then invest. So this is the excellent information which we got through this session. And next comes our main speaker, keynote speaker, Sri Suryakant Sharma. So he is a consultant, senior consultant from AMFI, and also worked as a formal DGM in Sydney, and almost he is having more than 35 years of experience, and has given various programs and participated all over the India. So first he started, even his presentation, one observation is he started systematically from primitive to last information. So first he started this about adequacy of life insurance. So, and what is it important in future, how much percentage we have to invest. And he explained about term insurance, which is now important. In the present, the term insurance has become one of the important scheme where we can invest for long term and long returns. And also keeping in mind about the pandemic situation, he explained about the health insurance, and also the difference between health insurance and life insurance. In health insurance, he said two important insurance which is very important, that is umbrella health and floater health, which covers all the family members, even who are unmarried. Many of the participants are from students who are unmarried. They can add their family members to in this health insurance. And also he told about the emergency fund development, that to each and every family which is required for security of their family, from 5 to 7 lakhs they have to keep it. And also he has told who are going to join jobs and soon they become employees, they have to identify how much amount they have to save, okay, for future purpose. And also the importance of constant saving. Saving is not at one time saving, so we have to save constantly, that is the thing. And first he explained why we have to save and what for we have to save, and when we are saving, for what purpose you are saving. So all these things he answered, like acquisition of assets. Again, we have to, once we acquire the assets, then we have to reinvest, and for to getting a remission. And while enter this period, one barrier comes on this way of investment is inflation. He told about the inflation. Most of the people know, they forgot about the inflation. Okay, so during investment, how much investing and returning, how much percentage it is going, has given with a good example. Along with inflation, he told about IT payment, also income tax payment. I think most of our faculty members already experienced about this IT payment. Okay, so that is the thing. And also how much real investment we are getting out of our investment in future, and risk, what is meant by risk, and how to manage risk. All these things he explained, has given steps also. We have to think how much risk, risk means from individual to individual, it varies. So what is our capacity of taking risk, we have to understand first, then we have to invest. And how much risk we can able to take, that also we have to take. And he explained about time horizon of the investment, and also milestones of the life, which is very important, which we have to plan for our investment, and retirement plan, and role of compounding. And also they said that it is the eighth wonder of the investments, and where to invest, and types of mutual funds, and systematic plan of investment, and a top up facility, etc. Almost he covered entire thing, which is very essential for present student, faculty members, and other people who are interested, really want to invest. Investment has become an important aspect of everyone's life. Through investment only we can live happily in future with our family members. So sir, you have covered almost all the things which is very important. The purpose of this seminar, strategy for maintaining personal finance management, almost has been covered from both the sections. One is regarding rules and others is regarding, and your speech is very simple, where all the students can can easily understand, and they can get information, and they know definitely now 50% of our students are in 4 semesters. It's going to end in the month of May. I think later their job seeker already, so some students are placed. Through your section they can plan. So thank you very much, sir. So with this conclusion remarks I am ending. So now we have question hour section. Later I will come to vote of thanks, sir. Some few questions were started.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Can you see or can I read the question, sir?
Yeah, ma'am. You just read it, I will answer it.
Okay, I will go through that and I'll tell you, sir. So first question.
Or we can make it open. Anybody can just raise their hand and ask the question directly. No problem.
Sir, a few questions already in the charted box. So later we can put it. Okay. So advertisement in TV about mutual fund. Please consider safety measures for your investment. What safety measures used?
I have already told them that firstly, their market movement is the basic character of markets. Secondly, there is no guaranteed return in the mutual fund or for that matter in security market. Kindly be aware of it. Potentiality of return is there. Lavanya ma'am, you might be knowing that security market has given 15% average return during last 35 years, which is the highest return among us all investment classes. But there is no guarantee. Secondly, you invest as per your risk appetite and time horizon of investment. Thirdly, you have to be a long-term investor to get the real benefit of mutual funds. So all these things are the things you must understand before investing.
So next question is, sir, it is from our Mother Mohan, sir. So does investment in market-based insurance scheme is regulated by SIBI or IRDA?
Sir, Mother Mohan, sir, all insurance schemes are strictly regulated by IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Authority of India. All security market instruments are regulated by SEBI. Madan Mohan sir might be referring to a dispute between SEBI and IRDA a few years back, 10-15 years back, when there was a dispute with regard to the insurance-linked investments. But now the proposition is very settled. IRDA is looking after those instruments.
So next question is, sir, it is from participant from Srinivasan. So it is safe to invest in mutual funds through discount brokers like Zerodha Coin or Paytm Money, etc.
Basically, these are all mutual fund distributor, technically speaking. So you can invest through them. But my dear young participant like Maria, Mr. Muhammad and Mr. Naidu, I will request all of you kindly go through direct plan only. Direct plan simply means you visit the website of the mutual fund, select the scheme, give the information online, and you are invested. So everything you can do on, so better to go on direct plan. And in direct plan, my dear friends, return will always be higher as compared to regular plan. Understand it very carefully. So you need to go through direct plan, but if not possible, then to start with, you can go with regular plan through these mutual fund distributor. But now SEBI has given a facility that after some period, Maria, after 2-3 years, when you are well aware about the mutual fund concept, you can switch from regular plan to direct plan. That facility is now available, is also available.
So next question, sir. If you invest NSE certificate for a longer time, 5 years. Question is incomplete.
Yeah.
If we invest NSE certificate for a longer time, 5 years. The question is like that, sir. I don't know.
No, ma'am, I couldn't get what is NSE certificate. There no problem. Let him come out directly.
Chandrika, she said this question. Can you read the question? We will be good.
Or Chandrika, just raise your hand. We can directly answer to your question.
Sir, it is National Saving Certificate, sir.
Yeah, National Saving. Yeah, National Saving. Chandrika, National Saving Certificate is a Government of India scheme. And there is some benefit of interest income on that. The present rate of interest is 6.90% interest. And since it is a government of India scheme, 100% government sovereign guarantee is there. So there is no risk at all. But return is reasonable, not extraordinary return. Mind it.
Okay.
So,
And sir, which one more scheme you can suggest, sir, for further investment for a long period? Which scheme you will suggest, sir?
Scheme,
Any
if you are young, then better proposition is to start an SIP every month in a good equity fund or an index fund. If you are a long-term investor of not less than 5 years, and if you are young, if you are below 30 or 35, then better to start an SIP, is a good equity fund.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Next question, sir. Health insurance in New India assurance claim in heart surgery maximum of only 2 lakhs only, but Star Insurance provide maximum full amount. How different benefits provided?
No, definitely you can go with the Star only then. Basically, it is a competition among the insurance
He's
providers.
asking question like these two insurance have that difference. Why it is? That is the thing.
No, every insurance providing company has got their own proposition of, because those who are limiting up to 2 lakhs, premium might have been very low. If there is no limit, naturally the premium will be higher. So kindly understand the nuances and riders. Riders are very important, Lavanya ma'am, in insurance. Kindly mind it. First, understood each and every rider, because each rider has got cost. Premium will keep increasing with each rider.
So my questions are last. Almost
Yeah.
all questions in chat box over. So we crossed, all faculty members, we crossed 40 years. Which term policy is the best for us, sir?
Which
Term policy.
term, ma'am, honestly speaking, bluntly speaking, for 40 years, term insurance will be much more costlier for you.
That's
Because,
what.
honestly, very,
Yeah.
very costly. Because term insurance is profitable or beneficial for young people, those who are 25, 30. There the premium will be much less. But for you, in the case of 40, premium will run in thousands of rupees.
Yes, sir. Already we anchored. It crossed around 60. Even our mother-in-laws are also tried. As
Yes,
the premium is more, we cannot able to afford. That's what I asked this question.
Ma'am, you will agree with me. Insurance premium is directly related to your age. It is a fact of insurance product. So that is why I keep emphasizing here, and I address to young participants, you should take insurance cover as early as you can. Then premium will be much less. If a young person loves 25 per year, take a insurance premium of insurance cover of 5 crore rupee term, 1 crore rupee term insurance, premium will be hardly 500 rupees a month. But in your case, ma'am, premium will run into thousands of rupees every month. Yes,
60. You calculated already.
Yes.
That's what I asked this question.
Yes. It is a fact.
So
That is why
two types of term insurance, sir. One is written and without written.
better go for no return, because if you go for the return, ma'am, on insurance, kindly understand, insurance is a security, it is not an investment. Unfortunately, in our country, insurance products are also sold as an investment product, which they are not at all in reality. So don't go for return term insurance. They will return your original money, which will have no meaning. After 30 years, suppose you get 30 lakhs rupees, it will hardly have any value. Don't go on the number, because you will get 30 lakhs. 30 lakhs will have no value at all after 30 years. So that is why I keep requesting participants, don't go on the return policies, because insurance is an expense, but it is a necessary expense.
So any questions from this is open platform? Anyone can ask.
Madan Mohan sir has raised his hand.
Madan Mohan sir, you have any question?
Sir, please, sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Sir, please check your ID option, sir. Please, sir. Dr. G. Madan Mohan, sir, please.
No problem, Lavanya ma'am. Then
One
we
more
can-
question, sir. They put it in my mobile. So in case of life insurance, whether the concerned person getting the benefit because of the concerned person won't be aware of such policy, I believe it does not reach the people.
I couldn't get what the question is.
The question is, again, I'm repeating, sir. In case of life insurance, the question is life insurance. So whether the concerned person getting the benefit, because the concerned person won't be aware of such policy, and I believe it does not reach the people.
No, ma'am. What I can understand from the question is, basically, ma'am, life insurance cover is not beneficial to you. It is beneficial to your family. In case something happens to me, Maria, my family will get the amount, not me. Because I will no more be available to them.
Oh, yes, sir. Here the question is, I think I understand, sir, that concerned person who is getting the benefit may not aware of this policy completely.
No, but that is the deficiency of the person who has taken policy. He must inform, or he or she must inform all his family members that he has taken this policy. It is his duty, it is her duty to inform.
So, any questions, ma'am, from students, sir? From our students, we can ask questions.
Yeah, Maria, can you unmute yourself and give your observation about the session?
Yes, sir. I have one doubt actually.
Yeah, tell me.
Mentioned that our SIP is similar to RD. So when we are opening RD, there will be some time period. Like for 2 years, I can open RD, for 3 years. So if I'm opening SIP, then is there any time period like I can open SIP for 3 years?
Very good question from your side. In SIP, there is no time limit. You can stop SIP next month, but you can continue with SIP for 20 years. So it is up to you. Now SIP start in perpetuity. Perpetuity simply means indefinitely. You can continue it for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. At the same time, you can stop it next month itself. Okay. But ideally speaking, you should start SIP and continue it with minimum 10-15 years to get the real benefit out of it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. How you like the session?
Yeah, it was very good, sir. Actually, I was also, I did not have any idea about these mutual funds. I have heard about it, but I didn't know how to do these things.
I have just given you a basic idea. Only next time we will have a dedicated session of minimum 2 hours on mutual fund itself. Then in detail we will discuss it.
Oh, sure, sir. Anyways, it was very informative. The session was informative and very.
God bless you. Yeah, Mr. Hari sir.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Harika. I have a doubt regarding the question which Lavanya ma'am asked. I raised that question. Basically, what I'm trying to ask was, I think in our country, the awareness of the whole life insurance is not that much. I guess in the middle class family sector, the policy of the concept of life insurance is not known by every middle class family, and the person who are filing the life insurance also doesn't disclose it with the family, I guess, because I know a few personal people who haven't mentioned the nominee in the life insurance policy. Due to that, the amount won't go to their family members. So that will be a lot of cases which has been filed up in courts.
Sir, I got your point. Then it is a blunder the person is doing to his family. What for he took the life insurance policy then? Firstly, because life insurance policy is taken not for him, but for the family. Firstly. Secondly, You might not be aware, Lavanya ma'am, for your information also, Life Insurance Corporation LIC has got unclaimed amount of more than 25,000 crores. Which money is it? Mr. Hari is rightly pointing out, this is the money where people paid the insurance premium, but their dependent or their nominees were not informed about the policy. It is a nonsense he has done. It is a blunder. It is a criminal act when he had done. Because if you have taken insurance policy, if you have put someone on as nominee, he or they must be aware about it, because it is for their benefit only. You have taken this policy. You are absolutely right, Mr. Hari.
Sir, I have one question about this.
Yes, sir.
Insurance people, after they would inform, sir, to the benefiter?
Honestly speaking, no. Because suppose somebody dies who has taken insurance. So ultimately, it is his family who has to approach insurance company that the person who had taken policy is no more there, and we are the claimant of that policy benefits. Then the insurance company will disburse benefits to them. So it is basically the duty of the nominees or the family members of the person who has taken policy to get the benefit of that policy.
But most of the cases, it was not informed to the family members, no, sir. I feel.
But why? Honestly, suppose I have taken a policy of 1 crore rupees of life insurance cover. What does it mean? I have insured my family members, that in case I die, my family will get 1 crore rupees. And when I die, suppose, then my family should approach with the insurance company with my death certificate.
No, sir, I'm just telling why this typical mentality. You said you have taken 1 crore. So now because of money, people are doing many things. Even we are listening. Movies also came up, okay, with this concept. So as people who are above 40 years or 50 years, really they're not informing to their family members. Really they're worried about their family, but at the same time they are feeling that insecurity is there when they inform to family members.
No, but ma'am,
this is my opinion.
I know.
And family members also.
I know you are right, but that is a social stigma. We have a different type of fear in our mind that my family might kill me and to get the insurance policy.
I didn't say directly that word, but and we are aging. No, that insecurity develops in the mindset of the parents.
Ma'am, but in that case, you should not. If you don't have confidence on your family members, then better not to take insurance cover. Because you are taking insurance cover not for you, but for your family.
So people will change, sir.
Definitely.
That is the thing. The point is changing mindset of the people.
Yes, it will change.
Even our family members, maybe today good. Tomorrow we can't answer, we can't say no.
Okay, ma'am. Wind it up.
Yeah, almost all questions was cleared.
Okay.
So one more thing, sir. Sorry to disturb you. Like only last question, sir. So don't you think the whole system is flawed because it might be an unknown mistake or like not a conscious mistake which has been made, like not adding the nominee's name in the insurance policy, and because of the whole thing, the whole family is getting affected because of it. And don't you think the government of India should make a framework wherein which the life insurance companies should go to the concerned person family and ask to trace out the family and give the insurance amount? Like, don't you think the government of India should make a framework on it, sir?
Sir, basically, it is the benefit which a person has promised to his or her family. Insurance company is ready to give the payment to you, but you have to come forward. But you should not expect insurance company to approach the person who had died or his family members. It is your duty to get the benefit now, because insurance cover was taken by the person for his benefit or his family or his family. So it is first. Secondly, I am not aware whether insurance company is not aware whether you are dead or not. You may still be alive and still you are not claiming. Or if you have died, then the person who had died, his family members must approach the insurance company. Then they will pay it. That's what I am telling you. So ultimately, when I am the beneficiary, it is my duty to get the benefit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this interesting and influential speech. The session was really very informative, sir.
Kamali, sorry, I just forgot your name mentioning when I started my session. You have been lovely and wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, we clearly understood that the habit of saving is itself an education which fosters every virtue, sir. Thank you so much for the session. And I'm sure that all the students would have been largely benefited by your speech, sir. Finally, I would like to invite the other webinar coordinator, Dr. K. Lavanyalata Madam, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So once again, good evening to one and all who are present here. We are almost, this webinar is a highly success. We have more than 1,300 participants all over the India. Almost we cover participants from South India, Tamil Nadu, the Pondicherry, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Karnataka, Kerala, even Andaman Nicobar also. Almost South India we have covered. Almost other North India, almost from Uttar Pradesh, Meghalaya, and Rajasthan, UP, Uttar Pradesh, and other few states we were covered. Almost more than 1,300 participants were there. So on behalf of Department of Management Studies, first I want to thanks to our university authorities to give permission to conduct this type of awareness program, especially which is beneficial to students and also the faculty members who are interested in savings. So savings is not only the part of our life. So smart savings is very important. So it is known from our this seminar. So this awareness we got from our seminar, and I especially want to thanks to our Dean School of Management for encouraging us, to initiating us to have this event. And next comes our head of the department. At any cost, 24 hours, 7 days, she is encouraged us to have this program. So I want to give special thanks to our HOD B. Charmati Madam, and also the coming to the keynote speaker, Sri Suryakant Sharma. Is given excellent speech, which covers all the points very important for smart saving from starting to ending until retirement. He has given so excellent. So I want to convey thanks to her, sir, and also next to Raghu Vilasagram, AGM CP. So for his talking about excellent speech regarding rules and regulation of CB. And also finally, I want to thanks to each and every member who participated all over India, and also actively asked the questions, whatever the clarification they are having in the chat box, and also some send the messages directly to me. So thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Dr. Lavanya, on my behalf and on behalf of AMFI, I am thankful to all of you, particularly Professor Rao, Professor Charumati, and you especially for making efforts to make this program for your university. I am also thankful to all the participants, particularly young participants like Mr. Kamali, Mr. Naidu, Mr. Hirathi, and Maria, and all these students who have taken interest in this subject, which otherwise Kamali is a dry subject. People generally don't take interest in subjects. But I am very happy that you have taken interest in this subject. I am also thankful to Mr. Sabjar Ahmed for making special efforts for this program. Mr. Sabjar, thank you very much. I would be very happy to continue have relationship with your HCM University. We will have physical webinars. We will have webinars. We will have physical programs. I will invite NISM also. I will invite SEBI officers also. I will invite mutual fund senior functionaries also with me in your university. We will have continued relationship, Dr. Lavanya. This I can assure you.
Sure, sir. Definitely in future, we will have physical contact, sir. You can come to our university and directly you can interact with our students, sir.
Yes. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Departments, sir, in our department, School of Management.
Yes.
Almost 8 departments are there.
No problem. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Sir, I forgot actually. I want to convey my special thanks to Sabar Ahmad, who always constantly in touch with me in WhatsApp, and who always telling the status, what's going on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
I
you.
forgot your name. Sorry, sir. Really.
Oh, thank you.
Also, Dr. Sarita, who first of all told about this one from Yogi Veman University. She only first told me and called me and said that you can conduct this type of seminar in your department. Thank you, madam. Thank you, you also.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank you very much.
So with this, we have come to the end of the session. Once again, we thank each and everyone for sparing your valuable time with us. Thank you all and hope to meet you soon in yet another similar program. Thank you all.
So thank you.